David, welcome.
It's great to be here.
What's Vista's view on the current software market? Are you still seeing opportunities to invest?
We are. We've been actually quite excited. And the last 18 months, I would say it was a tale of two markets. At the larger end of the market, we've seen great opportunities in the public market. So our flagship fund, the first 5 transactions were all take privates of public companies. So we saw real value. We saw the ability to buy some fantastic companies at what we thought were appropriate prices. I would say a year ago, we were struggling a little bit in the middle market. The valuation expectations of sellers were really disconnected from the environment that we're in. But we've really seen that gap narrow. And so I'd say our pipeline on the private side in the middle market and lower middle market, we've really seen start to pick up and expand. And, as a firm, we have funds that really track every part of the market. So our middle market fund and our lower middle market fund, I think, are seeing a lot more opportunities than they were seeing 18 months ago, where they thought we could buy really good companies at more appropriate valuations than what we were seeing 18 months ago.
Within enterprise software, what developments are you particularly keeping your eye on at the moment?
So for sure, the biggest development right now is generative AI, and it's really going to have effects in software across a number of different dimensions. So, one of the big impacts is going to be on the actual operations of a software business. So how code is written, how customer service is delivered. There's significant opportunities to really change the cost structure of a software business by the incorporation of generative AI. But even more than that is really on the product side. Most of our companies are going to be infusing generative AI features into their products, making them more sticky, expanding their total addressable market, making them more valuable to their customers. And so I think it's going to really, over the next 3 or 4 years, you're going to just see significant changes in how people interact with software based on the enablement of generative AI products. And we've got some companies doing some really exciting things.
More broadly, how is Vista finding success during a market slowdown?
Well, what's interesting for us is there's obviously been an industry trend around the need for liquidity, and a lot of the private equity industry, I think last year they were down about 44% in terms of realizations or distributions. We as a firm were actually up 48%. So we had a very successful last 18 months in terms of exit transactions. And I think that's largely attributable to the fact that we buy good companies and help them really be great companies. And when you build really strong, operationally strong companies, lots of people want to buy them. And so, we've had interesting exits where we sold Apptio to IBM in a strategic transaction. Cvent was taken private by Blackstone, so kind of a sponsor transaction. Some of our public companies we've been, selling in secondary sales. So it's been interesting that I think last year we generated a little over $8.5 billion of liquidity through a whole variety of different transaction structures. So I think, I think the world, there's no company that doesn't believe they need more digitization, right? Like the world is just becoming more and more digital. Generative AI is obviously an accelerant of that. And so because, our companies fundamentally help industries digitize, there's just lots of strong tailwinds in the industry generally.
David, thank you so much.
It's great to be here. Thank you.